Safira Nalini binti Abdul Rashid.
Hi, my name is Siti Nuzila binti Made.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Ali Farhan bin Abdul Samad.
And my name is Muliha Izani.
Hello everyone! I'll be talking about the history of dodgeball. So, what's the real story about dodgeball? There is a lot of evidence that a game similar to dodgeball was played in Africa more than 200 years ago. It was not a fun or even entertaining game.
As a matter of fact, it was played with rocks instead of rubber balls and was used to develop the strength and endurance of warriors. They would literally throw rocks at each other with the intention of incapacitating them. Some scholars think it went even further than that, and that it was a game played to the death, the dodgeball tournament. Although you may see dodgeball as a fun game played in gym class, it surprisingly has a history behind it. Around 200 years ago in Africa, dodgeball was not a fun game, but a deadly game. Rather than using softballs like the one used in most gym classes, people threw large rocks. Tribes used this game to work out. Each player would have the goal of injuring their opponent. If a player happened to get hit, they would continuously get hit until they were finished off. Meanwhile, their teammates would defend them while trying to injure their opponent. This deadly yet useful game taught teamwork and cooperation among the tribe members. A missionary named James Harris spectated this several times. Once he returned to England, he influenced his peers to play a sport similar to the one played by tribes. He changed the vicious game into a safer game. A big rock was changed into a leather ball. It would be strategically played on an open field where the player would be out if he were knocked to the ground by a ball. However, players were able to bat away balls. There were other variations of this game that were played. Philip Ferguson witnessed games being played by St. Mary College. He liked the concept of the game but changed it to where two teams are on either side of the playing field. He brought this idea all the way to America, where rules were officially made in 1905. The sport rapidly spread across the nation and is still played to this day. The World Dodgeball Organization claims to be the official governing body for dodgeball. The organization holds worldwide tournaments. There is a National Dodgeball League that take the game very seriously. They oversee the annual Dodgeball World Championship and are the keepers of the official rules and regulations. In this official league, team consists of 6 players and there are strict rules about making substitutions.
First and foremost, the most important equipment in dodgeball is the ball called dodgeball. The number of dodgeball used in the game often varies, but 3 to 10 are common. World Dodgeball Association rules are played with 6 balls, that is in international dodgeball game. The design of dodgeball that is being used today can be thrown very hard, but is also soft enough to be used by children. Each ball is 7 inches in diameter and merely weighs 140 grams. Dodgeball is played with many different types of dodgeball. The most dodgeball type of materials used are foam, rubber, and cloth, depending on the organization that endorsed the sport. Rubber is mostly played in the United States, while foam and cloth are played in the least 16 countries worldwide. As for dodgeball card, the typical dodgeball card is about the size of a small volleyball card with a center line and 2 side lines. The width is measured to the inside of the sidelines, that is 8 meters, and the length is 17 meters. Backlines are marked at least 1 meter from the wall. Players' cues are approximately 1 meter from the outside of the court lines, that is 1 meter wide and 4 meters long. Court attack lines are marked 3 meters from the back line. Neutral zone here is 3 meters wide. Many teams wear custom-made uniform jerseys, with some even incorporating sponsor logos. Some teams, however, like to be creative with their attire, like this.
It's all part of the fun of the game, as well as an exploitation of the rules. There is no rules against using one's attire as a distraction tactics against opponents.
For most of the players who play in Hong Kong Dodgeball League matches have to go to work during the daytime. Sometimes they will just rush to the playground with a suit or dress. So, if you see a player with barefoot and suit plays in a match, don't be surprised. Dodgeball is a game for relax.
There are many interesting laws in dodgeball sport. Firstly, number of players. Each team is allowed to register for 12 players. The typical dodgeball court is above the size of the small volleyball court, with a center line and 2 sidelines. Dodgeball is primarily self-referee and played with the Hano rule. During league play, there are 4 referees, in which 2 are stationed at the end of the center line. That help facilitate the game. Referees start the game, confirm hits and catch, and count ball possession time. There are 6 balls, split into 2 even groups near the end of the center line. During the opening rush, when the game starts, you may only grab the ball to your right. You are out if first you step on or over a sideline or center line. Second, at the throw live ball hit your body. And third, you throw a live ball and it is caught by an opponent. A thrown live ball can only hit out one player. Throw ball that hit the ground, the wall, or the ball or other object before hitting the opponent are considered dead ball and are ineligible to hit player out. You may block a through ball with the hit ball. However, if you drop the blocking ball during the act of blocking, or if you fail to make a clean block, as in a through ball still end up hitting or grazing your body afterward, you are out. If you are out, line out on the side in the order you got out. Think of it as being in an resurrection line. If your teammate catch a ball, the player at the start of your team resurrection line come back into play after touching the wall. The teammate must be in the line at the time of the catch to be eligible to be brought back in. You can only hold a ball for 10 seconds. Afterward, it will be considered dead.
2, 1, dead ball.
Dead ball need to be rolled over immediately to the other team. If the game comes down to 1 player per side, they have 10 seconds to hit each other out. If not, showdown come into effect. The game is paused. Each player get 2 balls. 2 balls are lined up at the end of the center line, and the center line is dissolved. The first player to get the other player out wins. And lastly, have fun, shake hands, make friends, and be spirit.
Hi, my name is Carlos Gunting. I'm 25 years old. I'm a dodgeball player for Earthshakers Dodgeball Club and also the Malaysian national team. I used to be a football player. When it was my off season for the football league, then I decided to fill my free time with different sports. So I tried out dodgeball. From there, it went on lah. I thought it was a very interesting sport because most sports that involve a ball only have one ball, but dodgeball has you can see there's 6. So I thought it was very interesting, and you really need to see you get to see different individual skills. So I thought I give it a try, and then from there it clicked, and now I'm 5 years into the game, and I've played for the national team for 2 years. I chose this sport because I wanted to try out a new sport. Dodgeball is popular in university level. So when I was studying in Sunway University, so we had an open training session. So my friends invited me and they said, come give it a try. So I followed their influence. Then from there I just kept on playing dodgeball.
Popular sport that college recreation departments offer. Dodgeball is not usually one you will see on the list. It seems the desire to play dodgeball get left behind when students go out to college. If compared to paintball and futsal, dodgeball sports are still new in the country. In fact, when asked to sport fans, unlike foreign countries such as the United States and Canada who make dodgeball as an optional activity to boost self-esteem, this sport is only popular among local institutions of higher learning. National University of Malaysia also had this dodgeball sport. However, dodgeball sports are not as important as other sports. Only a few universities are participating and having dodgeball athletes. For example, there are some universities that have dodgeball athletes to highlight and support this new sport in Malaysia. Among them are Taylor College, Metropolitan, Universiti Putra Malaysia, Hype University College, Segi College, Damansara Utama University College and Bandar Utama University College. Although Malaysia has had athletes for this sport, the dodgeball sport is still less popular among IPT students in Malaysia as most university students still do not know about dodgeball sport. Most of these dodgeball athletes are students of Sunway University where they have a high interest and commitment that Malaysia dodgeball athletes are able to win gold in the tournament Asia University Game and World Championship. The achievement should be an encouragement to other students to venture into dodgeball sport. Problem arising in the issue of involvement in dodgeball sport is that many students think sports are not important and are wasting time because they are not assessed as academically related activities. Students also consider sport as less important and more thought that education or entertainment is more important to ensure a better future. Additionally, students are very concerned about the exam so that sport activities are being forgotten. This reason is clear to illustrate that the level of dodgeball sport engagement among IPT students is low. When compared with students abroad, 350 students enrolled in 40 teams when the dodgeball games was introduced as an intramural sport in the spring of 2005. Involvement has increased to 448 students in 56 teams. This difference is very significant when compared to IPT students in Malaysia and students abroad. However, the Dodgeball Association of Malaysia (MAD) has taken the initiative to hold free identification campaign to the public, especially to IPT students. MAD also hosts the Dodgeball Inter-Campus Contest at Segi College, Kota Damansara, Selangor recently. MAD takes the first step by attracting students from some of the nation to set up a club at their respective university to help popularize this dodgeball sport.
How many of us didn't know our own Malaysian athletes were this power? Admit it, you didn't know. Well, our very own Malaysian dodgeball team had won several competitions that they had participated at international level. Malaysian dodgeball team has 3 categories, which is male team, women team and mixed group. Let me see the achievement that they have made. at 2016, Malaysian Dodgeball male team, women team and category has earned a silver medal. 2016, at Manchester United for World Cup competition, male team has earned silver medal and our women team has won gold medal. 2017 at Dodgeball Asian Pacific 2017, all the three categories has got first place at the World Cup champion. And for this year 2018 at Los Angeles, USA World Dodgeball Champion, our dodgeball male team had won first place by defeating USA 5-4. For dodgeball women team had won silver medal. So I wish Malaysian dodgeball teams will earn more achievement to open the mind of Malaysians.
Dodgeball is not seen as a major sport in Malaysia, so it is an achievement that both teams managed to make it to an international level and do so well.
Problem that make dodgeball is not so popular among community. Plenty of educators still believe dodgeball is a harmless activity of physical and not mention of fun.
Okay, so the challenges in this sport is that number one is not recognized enough. A lot of people know about dodgeball from the movie, Dodgeball the movie by Ben Stiller. We lack exposure. A lot of people, when we say I'm a dodgeball player, then they'll be like, huh? What's dodgeball? So we want to do our best to bring the sport to a new level, to a greater height, so that it will be more recognized. It can be a core sport just like football, basketball, badminton, and so on. Yeah.
Lastly, the most problem that dodgeball team must face is lack of funding. Their team had to find their own money to support their team, as this sport is not a core sport. Based on the challenges that dodgeball sport in Malaysia are facing now, there are some improvements we can make. Teachers must introduce the games of dodgeball to your student and working in teams. Teacher must support the student to play dodgeball, and teacher also can motivate student through Malaysia achievement in dodgeball. Parents is the most important person for us. Parents is the best person to improve dodgeball among their children. So parents should encourage the children and support them. Government should provide funding for dodgeball international team so that they can join international games.